Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to High Top Sports. Happy Monday to all of you. Happy Sweet 16 week. You feel me? Thursday, 7:39 tip-off. We're going to be all about it. If you ain't about it, we about it. We'll be there. We'll be live streaming. Rob S. made a good point. I didn't live stream on Sunday, and we were in shambles. We've been undefeated since we've been live streaming. Lets me know I can't miss another one. All right, boys and girls, this show is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage and FOCO today. The overalls have been hot off the shelf. I'm telling you right now, everyone's going to be looking extra fan flippin-tastic for the spring game, and I'm excited about it. And speaking of spring game, you may notice the hat. The drop is coming, the spring drop, which I'm really excited about. A little different touch to the game. But let's get our champion here, Mr. Stephen Harris. I was telling him to make fun of him because I was like, man, that show last Monday was iconic.
Hey, yeah, no, lit.
And now we're just back to.
I'm still getting messages about it.
We're just going back to Stephen Harris. You know what I mean? Like
just two dudes. Just two dudes. Talk about Gators.
Yeah, just back to normal. Back to just basic people. You know, just.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Just
I thought about
Stephen
that
Harris
too.
tonight.
It was so juicy. Yeah, I in my head, I was like, I'm finna call somebody. Somebody coming on. But I'm like, I said I'd give them a break real quick. We'll be right back at y'all with somebody else for sure.
I love it. You know what's cool? We get spoiled by having you on. Like I know you're like joking around, like like it's just two dudes. Like we literally get to talk to a Gator legend every week. Like that's just crazy, and you gotta sometimes get recognized and remember how awesome that is. And to hear like Lewis, well, yeah, I know you're boring and just basic, but no, but how Lewis Murphy was just talking about you. It's like it's just cool to hear how you impacted those guys. And what's cool too, I was talking about a buddy of mine, and he was saying Lewis Murphy was one of his favorite players because he's like, Lewis was the guy that if you watched it intently like he did back then, he's like, how much of an impact Lewis made. He wasn't like the person, like you guys were saying, wasn't the flashy ones, but when it was time to catch, he said this without even watching the interview. He's like, but when it was time to catch it, he was there to catch it. And that's, again, like,
they go count.
Yeah, and it's cool, again, like hearing D linemen and O linemen sometimes get lost in the sauce, and hearing him have that appreciation and love for you. Like I have my own appreciation and love for you, but hearing that was cool. I was like, man, I sometimes forget I'm talking to the GOAT over here, not the LeBron GOAT, but the Jordan-esque GOAT.
I mean, yeah, those who if you had to be there to know. We had so many great people during that time. We balled out, you know what I mean. So names are gonna get lost. But your teammates don't forget, you know what I mean? Teammates know what you did, and they're the ones that are going to hold you up. That's why I try not to toot my own horn. I could really come on here and say some stuff and put everybody to shame. Like, if I wanted to, like, flex my muscles and show that I was the man, you know what I mean? I could really do that, but that's not, I'm a team guy. I love the team. I love all my guys. I wouldn't have won without them, so whatever energy I brought them, they brought the talent. I brought them the energy. We made it happen.
It all worked. No, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
I was still upset that I was just talking to just you today. No, I'm just kidding.
Reggie Nelson, you up next? Look.
Yeah, look. We don't ask for much, Mr. Harris. Okay? We don't ask for much.
Yeah, I'm working on
we got a list. We got a list. Whenever you want it, we'll send it your way. High Top Rook, $20, our sponsor. Friday was super fun, brother. Glad to finally meet you and hang out. Rook, man, Friday was a blast.
Oh, wow.
It was a dream. Dude, it was so cool. I don't know if you had a chance to see the stream, Harris, but
no, I gotta go back and see it. Shout out to Rook. You got to meet him?
I did. Rook was a man, bro. He was walking in, and I was like, I haven't met Rook, but I've seen like him photos. I'm like, Rook? He's like, yeah, bro. I'm talking Bright-Eyed Bush Tail Runner Rock and Roll fight, but we weren't even live yet. And I was like, you staying the whole time? He's like, well, yeah, till the game. I was like, well, that's the whole damn time, bro. He's like, well, then yeah,
right.
And no, it was awesome. He came. I met this guy Kenny from Palm Coast. He was awesome. Sean came in all overalled up from Daytona and Melbourne, I think he said.
Oh, with the FOCO?
With the FOCO, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Man, that's dope. Look at y'all showing out. Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Y'all had a high top party. Official party, and I wasn't invited.
Well, if Lewis was going to come, I would have invited you. But that there's a catalyst. There's a catalyst.
I got you.
Yeah, sorry.
There's a plus one.
Not just Stephen Harris. I need like
I'm
who
the
you
plus
bringing?
one.
Who you bring?
There's a plus one, but I'm the plus one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I talked to Bozeman. He works. He's our best bet guy. I go, listen, I don't want to get ahead of the game here, but April 7th is a Monday. That's the national championship. We got a plan. And
Yeah.
we have to do this again. Like, this was super successful. It was incredible. It was better than I thought it could be. I was
April
like,
7th.
put the word
Let
in.
me
Let's line it up. Let's make it tentative, obviously, but
put that in my
let's get the
calendar.
yeses on the guide. Yeah, you got if that happens, you got to make the trip. Like, you got to
Yeah. Oh, for
like
sure.
we
Yeah.
have to. Like, that is a no
Yeah.
brainer in my opinion. I was like, dude, it would be insane. It was bumping for that first game. Like, there was a big party there, and it was a good energy, a good vibe. So all good
Dope,
stuff.
man. Dope.
Before we get into, we'll talk a little basketball. We'll talk some recruiting. We'll talk new
I'm
hire.
sorry, Sheldon.
Go ahead.
That's a nice venue, by the way. The place where you
Best
watch the
Bet?
game at. Yes.
Oh, it's incredible, man. It is
Yes.
gorgeous.
It's an awesome place. Yeah. I remember the last live stream you did
Mhm.
there, and just looking
The
at
draft.
the optics of it. Yeah, it looked fantastic. So I definitely will be making my way out there.
Oh,
for
it is
sure.
so worth it, man. It is. They do it. It's fantastic. They're awesome. They're great people. Every time they go, the hospitality there from everyone. The bartenders, Mike, he was helping us kind of set some things up. Tyler, obviously, he comes on the show from time to time. He
Mhm.
works there. Great guy, obviously too. Bozeman, who always hooks us up, longtime supporter of the show. He works there. He's always a
Awesome.
blast. They're great people. It's really cool. I'm not even just saying it because they've done a lot for us.
Oh,
Like, genuinely
oh,
awesome.
I can go there and feel right at home, man. They might open up the tap.
Yeah. They will 100% they would.
Oh, shout out to the fellas, man. Major love.
We'll get into a couple of recruiting. We'll Napier, he's going a little viral right now. We'll play that clip. But we got the drop coming. So spring drop, like I promised you, first order business. This hat,
Yes, it's sticking right now. Oh my God.
little
That
orange.
thing there is off the chain right now.
Yeah, the hat's gonna be a little different. The version of the hat, I got a little bit of a lighter hat, but I wanted to see it on a hat. But it's the same design, just the hat's gonna be a touch different.
What do you mean lighter version? Color? Like what?
It's gonna be a two-toned, and then the hat's not gonna be it's an imperial hat. It's kind of like the new, like more of like a lighter like feel, so it can kind of
Yeah,
you can sweat
I
in it.
got you.
It's if you want this, I can hook you up. But
That's the true fitted. Yeah, I want that true fit. I got to have one of the true fitteds though.
the drop will be at the spring game. The hat and shirt combo. Here is the shirt that
Yes,
we're
sir.
gonna be dropping. So,
Yeah.
that's the back. This is the front. Little spring edition, kind of just an alternative.
Yeah, high top. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I was
That-
really excited how it came out.
Is that a snapback on you?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I need that. Yeah, that's fresh.
It's the OG one.
Oh, you gonna have to drop that edition too. What are you talking about? You gotta let us choose, man. You can't be choosing.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I always try to find like a perfect like little in betweener, man.
I love my high top gear now.
Yeah.
I rock this. This is my uniform. I switch between
That's
this,
how I
the
feel.
white one. Yeah, my shirt. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm excited. Yeah, we're gonna do a spring drop. It's only gonna be available at the game. So we're gonna we're working with Alma Mater. They're gonna be printing the shirts and the hats. So shout out to them again. Go check them out. Brian's awesome. We've obviously done a show there. I would love to do a show the Friday before. That's tentative right now, but super blessed that we're able to work with them and do this. They've dropped some incredible stuff with this basketball stuff. So go check that out. But we'll have. I'm thinking a couple larges, a couple XLs, a couple mediums. If there's any kids that like want one and or you want your son, let me know because I don't plan to get too many smalls. But if there's somebody that's like, hey, I'm going to be there, like I'm all about the kids. I will make 20 kids shirts before I make any of the adults. That's how I function. But it's tough because I don't think there's going to be too many there.
Because I got a lot of kids. You just going to throw that out there, huh? I got you.
Yours are all grown.
They're going to be extra large. They only 12. They need extra large.
But yeah, well, about only a handful. Like I'm thinking 15 hats, 15 shirts. I'm debating on getting the koozie to throw in with it or not. But yeah, it's gonna be a limited drop. So if you want it, come get it. If not, no big deal.
Dope. And koozie's gonna fly.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if you buy the shirt and hat combo, you get a koozie thrown into it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and if you just buy the koozie, you get the koozie.
Yeah. So we'll see. The koozie would be the same logo on the back. But again, it's just my idea was I wanted to be a little bit different from what the normal logo is, kind of its own little special flavor to it. So I was pumped. I was very happy with how it came out.
I love it, bro. It's nice. That hat's just sticking out so much to me right now.
You like it? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't getting one. I'm keeping this one. Let's dive into just basketball real quick. I can't even spell apparently. I didn't get to talk to you. I did a show yesterday about it, man. But how are you feeling yesterday? How are you feeling about these boys moving on to tourney?
We finna smash. I like the rhetoric. With the coach being upset per se. I think it's optics. We could have annihilated these guys by they could have only scored 50 points if we really wanted to, and we would have put up 110. If we put the gas on. It's a long tournament. So at this point, we know who we're facing. He's really mad. The backups, he wanted to see them go out and just annihilate, but we were vanilla in what we were doing, and they were taking advantage of that in the second half. But it's to be expected to me. We're so deep, and we want to have that depth towards the end of the tournament. So there was no need for us to go all out and beat these guys by 50 points. For me, we did the well enough job. We were up by 30 at one point. It could have easily went to 50 in a flash. It was nothing they could do with us. There's a lot we were not doing. We were moving the ball around. We weren't taking a lot of shots. We were waiting till the clock go down. And then we wanted to get everybody their points now because, you got to get to the league too. So we want to make sure everybody had their chances to pick their poison and take their shots. But the way we normally play, if that was a championship game, we would beat them by 100. Just because everybody would have put it all online. They want to say I scored 50 this game in the championship. It would have been no doubt a super blowout to me. So,
man, I thought I was a Disney Gator. Mr. Harris over here saying that we were playing with him. Look, I think the boys came out there. UConn was well coached, that was my concern. It was one of the teams that I was a little timid to face, just because I think I love what our guys have put together, but I think Todd, he's a young coach. You got to take that into consideration of could he get overwhelmed in the moment. But I think it was it was exactly what we needed at the perfect time. I think moving on into the tournament.
I'm not saying that they just trash, but
they weren't playing their best. They weren't playing their best game. I agree with that.
No.
I think that's what you're kind of alluding to, is that I feel like they were definitely trying some things. That the way they looked in the SEC tournament. I saw a little bit in the first half against that first team Norfolk, but we just didn't look ourselves this past game. But what I did like was what we saw were guys step up individually. And that was good to see. I feel like we haven't had to do that in a while because the team has been functioning so well. So this was a time where it's okay, the flow is not working. You got to go back to just your raw talent, and let the guys and Will, Elijah, and Walter, those guys that have been the core all season. It's just hey, just go play ball. It's whatever it is, what we've been doing all the past few weeks kind of is off. Y'all just go out there and get it done. And that's kind of what I like seeing, is that they kind of just took over the moment, which speaks of volumes to who they are as players.
I think there's no doubt to me that I guess we're definitely going to be in the championship game.
Okay. So Monday's a lock.
For sure for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was weird because after the Norfolk game, listening to Charles and Kenny and them talk, they were trying to warn us about, hey, you got to worry about the next game, that 8 or 9 seed or whatever they were talking about. It's a lot that go on into this tournament for me, and you got to make it to the end. You got to win the games that you got to win, but we got guys that you can put the ball in their hand, and they're gonna turn up when you need them. And a lot of guys are not that deep that got guys that are gonna do it. So I got faith in our guys. It's the ball got to bounce, but when we need it the most, I believe we're gonna get it done.
I agree. I'm feeling good about it. I feel this Maryland team's solid, but again, I think we're the best team in the tournament. I think Duke, that one's going to be, if we look, you can play Auburn again the second time seeing them, Tennessee, and those guys we can match up. I feel like any of that could always throw a wrench into things. Playing a team, a third and fourth time, especially with Kentucky, plus second time Alabama. I think that'd be our third time or our fourth time playing them. So
yeah,
a lot of tournament left to play. And I'm excited. I'm glad we get to go into the second week.
So who will we have after we win this game? Who will we have the winners out of?
If we beat Maryland, we'll play Texas Tech or Arkansas, which again, playing Arkansas and Calipari right now, that's going to be a juicy one too. So
yeah,
It's gonna be a road. It's gonna be a fun road, as it should.
So you taking Arkansas over Texas Tech already?
I They look good, man. You look good at the right time. Texas Tech seems pretty sound. They're one of those teams like in the tournament that is just quietly getting it done. They're kind of like Michigan State, that they're not being talked about a lot because of all the flash everywhere else. And I think the St.
Mm,
John's and the Florida had a lot of hype coming out of that bracket, but Arkansas has hit the ground running. Um, but I think it's going to be a good one. But Arkansas has shown a lot. They've got a lot of the tools. But St. John's was really lopsided. I didn't think they were a true 2 seed, and they kind of showed it even game 1 and going into
yeah,
the last game. They're a very great defensive team, but outside of that, they don't
yeah,
have much
yeah.
shooting. Texas Tech's a little more well-rounded. I think they'll be able to pull it through. Super chat from Levi. This is the soothing voice of the champ. What up, fam? Smash the like button, subscribe. We're coming for blood this year. Go Gators and
Levi, major love. Appreciate you, boss.
yeah, Texas Tech sneaky good. That's my thing, is that they're kind of just quietly they're a very sound basketball team.
Yeah,
That you got to kind of keep your eyes and ears peeled for. But Arkansas is just shooting lights out. So it just depends on what who shows up. That's all that it is, really.
yeah, yeah. I lay a little more edge on the teams who football teams suck right now. If your football team suck right now, your basketball team got to be better. You know what I mean? You can't suck in both major sports. So Texas Tech, I think I'll give the edge to them.
Yeah, no, Arkansas's football team's tough too. But.
I know, but at least they're the SEC.
Boys, this is a clip of our guy Napier. I guess they're at some kind of event, and this is Napier going absolutely yard.
Is him hitting the ball?
That's coach right there. Yeah.
Not Ping? They call him Ping?
Yeah. That's old Billy. That's old Billy Ping right there. Going
Billy Ping.
Listen, boys. Let me. If you never played a baseball, first of all, it's soft toss. He's tossing to him underhand. Now I know softball kind of travels a little bit better, but you got to get some oomph behind this bad boy to send this thing off a soft toss.
Look at the stance, boy. He got perfect stance right here. Look, he loaded in the hips. He got the weight just right.
Coach is elite, okay? He's an athlete. You feel me? Absolutely yard. And people are going, look, I love it. I'm glad that we're finally getting some nice viral moments of our coach, some positive ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look at this.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Little golf swing, little Freddie Freeman, little undercut there. Just zoom.
Held it. Ooh.
Look, that's that.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the
they went nuts.
What's the golf movie Valentine something?
Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's
I
good
love
to
it,
see
man.
Billy out there having some fun, man. Getting in tune with the fans. Yeah, that's dope, man. I like to see more of that out of him.
Honestly, Pissy's not recruiting, but no, I think it's great. I think I love seeing this. I don't know. I think they're kind of doing clearly some kind of home run derby, a little event, just to probably getting back from spring break. Obviously, they're back this week, so we'll start getting some more clips to be able to break down starting tomorrow. Some more sound bites that we'll be talking about throughout the week.
You know how much pressure was on Billy to hit this baseball, Shelton?
I think this was probably the least pressure he's dealt all season.
Man, if he had whiffed, you know how our rivals get.
That's true.
If Billy, it's a soft hand, underhand pitch. If he had whiffed on this thing, they would have been annihilating us about this whiff.
You are so true. It's crazy how a 60-second clip could just destroy a man's rep. Restrepo from Miami running like a 5.5 in his pro day today. My man is being dragged. Bro,
rightfully so.
You're right. If he would have whiffed, oh Lord, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't even think about it because he nailed it. But if he had he whiffed, oh my God.
Now we don't know if he missed a couple before this, but it doesn't matter. What's going viral,
right? Yeah, how many
is the so
yeah. Restrepo, yeah. He's more quick than he is fast, guys.
Good point. Two different speeds, baby. Two different speeds.
Yeah.
There's acceleration, there's top end speed, and top end speed ain't there. Top end speed. But he's quick though. He's quick. Yeah. But yeah, I love that our boy Napier is going viral viral in the Gator world for this, because Good stuff. Good stuff showing the coach that he's got a little athletic. Listen, like I said, that's
Nah,
harder
yeah.
than you think. Hitting it's one
Tell me
thing,
about it. I
going
probably
yards
went out
another.
there and whiffed. I was the whiffer. I know I would have went out there and missed it.
Let, let alone hit one, hit it, gone. He didn't run a 5. He ran like a 4.8. Was it? Was it a 4.5, 4.6? The actual number.
4.8.
It was slow.
Yeah.
It was slow. It was like
For your
4.5,
size
4.6.
too.
Yeah.
For your size, you know what I mean? You're thinking
He
high
ran like
4.4.
alignment speed.
Yeah, you thinking high 4.4. If you got DNs running
Yeah,
high 4.5,
yeah,
you
that's
know what
right.
I
I
mean?
think he ran the same speed as those guys. So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
it's all fun.
Hopefully
I poked
his 3-cone was elite.
fun.
His three cone and the shuttle was elite. You know,
I love it. Boys and girls, smash the like button. We got 300 people in here rocking
I don't want to
in.
hear no Michael Irvin comparisons neither from you guys. So don't come with Michael Irvin wasn't that fast. We'll be jumping way too far. He's not Michael Irvin.
Different beast, boys. Different beast. We got some cool news today. Bringing back a former coach in William Piegler, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
I remember him vaguely, and he was there with Patrick Toney. He left with Patrick Toney too. He was there that first kind of stint, and I remember after the first Billy Napier's tenure, we lose Piegler, we lose Patrick Toney. That's when come in Austin Armstrong. We get Billy Gonzalez, right? I think Piegler, he was a tight end coach. I think he also helped with the wide receiver coaches, if I'm not mistaken. That's what made us go get Billy Gonzalez. I could be wrong on that. What he's being brought back in to coach is unknown at the moment.
Yeah.
I did read that from our guy Zach Alberverdi on On3 that there is no more assistant spots open. I believe the way I read it is with him coming in, maybe alluding to someone could be on their way out because I don't think there's any more spots left. I think it's coming in to be the tight end given the promotion to Russ Callaway as OC. I know people are going to have their day with that of him not calling the plays, but the title hasn't changed. He's not co-OC. He is the offensive coordinator. That is his title. And again, I think they're trying to really make sure they have a coach for every position group and not have multiple jobs. Obviously, we know Russ has been coaching the tight ends the last couple of years. And I think Ziegler was coaching the defensive line or part of the defensive line staff at Arizona with alongside, again, Patrick Toney. Both of them left to Arizona a couple years ago. So good to see him back, a familiar face. So it shouldn't be too hard to pick up where they left off.
Yeah, my guess is that he would be helping out with the tight ends, like you said. Given that Russ is the OC, I feel like he's going to be taking a lot more responsibilities and can't be in a specific room like that. And so you need somebody that's familiar with the players, familiar with the offense, and is a good coach. Paired with Russ still probably mainly, I guess, not want to say tutoring him or learn him up, but gonna make sure that room is being ran right and he can oversee the rest of the offense. But it's great to have him back. This guy actually coaching D-line, running backs, tight ends. It just speaks to his knowledge of the game. You know what I mean? Depending on what level you are, you can go in and teach where people need to be if they just you may not be the greatest technician at defensive line, but you know where they need to be. And that you could be effective on certain levels coaching that position. I wouldn't expect him to be at Florida coaching the defensive line, but specifically the tight ends are something that he was already familiar with. I think it's good for us to get somebody back and free Russ up and let those guys do what they're doing. Just because what I've seen from the spring so far, offensively, just the plays we're running, it looks different than last year. The routes that they're running, or even though it's on air, looks different than last year. So I believe Russ' input is more than we actually know at this moment. And don't be surprised, man. Billy might he out here hitting balls. He might be ready to fold it up.
You ready to hit some dingers? Look, I think Russ is gonna have more of an impact than people want to give Billy credit for. I think Billy ultimately still wants to have kind of that the end all be all. But I agree. I think there is going to be more of an involvement, which I think is what's important. So, and we've even heard with DJ not knowing the full playbook. But another point again, back to the William Piegler hire and this coaching staff. I kind of, with the fact that there is no more room, leads us to believe we shouldn't have any more big time movements happening.
We're done.
Well, yeah, which is like a nice little closure, I guess, to this coaching. And look, I mean, going to speak to the credit of the team, we kind of pushed. Austin Armstrong left, but I think all of us were kind of in agreement, and it's kind of the same with the players that left that went into the portal. It was like, we liked you, but it's all
These
good.
are the pieces that we need to adjust.
I think that's we're kind of in the middle of basketball, and we'll hit this hump here, but I think I'm way ahead of it because obviously we follow it, but of course there's going to be the hype's going to be building up around somebody, some team, etc. I think going into SEC Media Day, this is going to be the first time that Florida, I believe, will finish in the top 5 for people of where they think they'll finish in the SEC. Now, speaking to that, it's because they felt Florida has been barely a top 10 team in the SEC the last 3 years. So I really think there's going to be this momentum swing going into this next year that the hype that we've been talking about and the lies that we've been telling, I think will start to translate through. And look, there was some hype from the national media, but I think overall, the overall finish was still quite low. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just feel like when these, again, it's a weird thing. They go to the SEC Media Day, they talk to these coaches, they get a good feel, they kind of pick everybody's brains, and that's when the rankings come out of where these national beat writers put their 2 cents in. So it'll be cool to see, but I'm kind of calling my shot early. Calling it now in the middle of March. We'll come back to this.
Right.
We'll come
Rightfully
back to
so. Rightfully so. I think you're spot on. I think everybody's going to feel that energy, and we'll be higher than most people think.
I love it. We got Griner 6'5". Hello from Ireland. Go Gators. Let's go, baby.
Ireland. All right.
We're all over. We're in Brazil, Ireland. This is awesome. It's incredible.
QYD talking about my posters in the background because I got.
You're missing somebody.
Huh? They didn't have this when he was out. They didn't have that, but that's Kobe and Bron. Yeah.
Hey, you're missing somebody. That's okay.
So I don't dislike Jordan. I love Kobe, and then we got the GOAT right here.
It sure seemed like it last time we were talking about it.
So we got the GOAT. We got the GOAT was almost going to be the GOAT, and then the GOAT. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's enough of that. Griner 6'5" said, I went to U after 05 and 09. Great time. Moved to Ireland after.
Oh, wow.
I think you went to UF during that time, right, Steven?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I was there with him for 2 years before he got up out of
there. He goes, for sure. Yeah, that was I lingered.
Yeah.
I love it. Real quick, boys, let's give a quick little shout out to one of our sponsors today, which is Rocket Money. You sign up for something, forget about it after the trial period ends, then you charge month after month after month. The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I just learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, I can see all my subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones I'm not using anymore. And now I'm saving more money. The best part, here's what you can see in the video here, this app, which is fantastic. You can see all of your subscriptions, which is cool, right? You're seeing what's going on. Like, how often do I use this? Have I even clicked on this app in 3 days? Do I really need DoorDash? I see they're taking loans now for DoorDash. That's another conversation for another day. But you could see in this video, you could cancel the subscription through the app. Because we also know it's sometimes it's a fight to find the cancel button. They hide that thing everywhere. It's like cancel, then it's like, are you sure? Then it's like, are you really, really sure? Then it's like in smaller letters, are you for sure? And you forget that you can cancel because you don't even see the fine print. Rocket Money handles that for you, which is absolutely fantastic. And on top of that, which I love, it's like your little accountant. You can set budgets. Not that the wife follows it anyways. Like, hey, your Amazon spending is capped here. And you can see if it goes over that cap or below that cap very quickly. A nice visual graph, which is always helpful. Again, life moves fast, boys and girls. You need to be able to keep track of it. So Rocket Money allows you to do that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Head over, cancel your unwanted subscriptions, and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/high-top-sports today. That's rocketmoney.com/high-top-sports. rocketmoney.com/high-top-sports. It's down in the link in the description below as well. So, Rocket Money, boys.
Rocket Money. Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby.
And you take all that you saved and head over to FOCO.
Yes, sir. What we talk about, look, man, the amount of overalls that have been pumped out through FOCO is incredible. I want to continue to pump that as much as we can. I think, look, I mean, you could always rock the overalls. Like, it's a must. So
they mess around and put the fine pig on the front. We're gonna be in there.
You know, hey.
Keep on the good work.
I love it. Doing it right now. Rob S. Listen, boys. I know after all the reckless betting this past week, and we could use a little rocket money. Okay, that's all that I'm saying. I'll tell you that. We got a little crystal ball, which we've already had one already, but our boy Corey Bender dropped another one, which should make us feel even more confident on Malik Morris. I've been hearing some birdies about that possibly popping. Feeling pretty good about Malik Morris, which will be the second linebacker of the class. I got another birdie in my ear chirping that we could have some. That name I can't release just yet. I don't want to be the guy that ruins this person's news, but this one could be a nice, exciting, big time pickup if it were to pop sooner rather than later. The spacesuit's getting a little dusty, Billy. We could use one here. So it's been a while because I think I rocked the hoodie the last stretch of the last half season.
Yeah, now it's dope getting these linebackers to commit, showing that they want to be a staple to get this defense turned around. Obviously, they seen what we did. They like the way we played. They like what the coaches got going. So to get the linebackers in right now, knowing that you got DJ leading the way for the next 3 seasons, starting with this one, is important. You got to have the gotta have it.
Probably 2 seasons.
Yeah, you gotta have the
with 3.
defense solidified. So you get great linebackers, guys that want to come play with those guys, knowing that they're gonna be head busters in the middle of the field, and great signal callers directing that defense. It's a great place to start.
Dave says, and he tagged me as well. He tagged Corey Bender tagged Dave and I in that RPM post. And Dave says usually Corey doesn't tag him if he doesn't feel good about it. So he's flexing on it. So look,
okay.
Feel good about again, a big linebacker. I feel like we do a good job with drafting or recruiting, I should say. Another one, Joel Irvin, I believe, 3-star offensive lineman / tackle, 6'6" offensive tackle. Yeah, he visited Florida already and will be visiting Florida again on Thursday. He tweeted that out, and then an hour later he decommitted from the University of Louisville. So could there be correlation? That part I don't know, but I'm always down to see some big time movements when it comes to the offensive line movement. Again, looking for some more guys. Let's see. Yeah, Miami and Florida now lead their way. Go ahead.
That's a big deal for a 3-star to decommit from a school. So that lets me believe that there's a lot of attention going there for him. Yeah, for sure. You're a 3-star and you decommit from Louisville. You could have held on to that and came on a visit, and nobody would have been mad at you at Louisville. you know what I mean? It's Florida. So that's a good sign.
He's from Fort Myers, and now he has Miami and Florida lead the way. So clearly, again, that the awareness of what he's been able to do has obviously grown, and it's closer to home. Seems like he's going to be staying at probably more than likely somewhere in Florida. Another classic Miami-Florida battle. That's been something I will say that has been fun to watch, whether you win or lose those recruiting battles, getting into those pissing contests with the U. And look, they've done very well. I would say Cristobal, that's something that he's done well is won a few big recruiting battles, and I feel like we've won our fair share of them as well too. Who's come out on top? I think from the trenches perspective, I think they've probably come out on top, especially with the Francis and Samson Oklahoma. Those are 2 big pickups in my opinion. I think running back, we've probably pulled ahead on that one. Quarterback, they don't even know what that position means. Wide receiver, I think we pulled ahead. So you can go back and forth. Linebacker, I think we've got them there. So it's cool. I think it's again one of those great rivalries that's really building up at a fun time where both teams have a lot of potential going into next year. So look, guys, we're getting into kind of that new recruiting wave, right? Or not new, but that's this kind of really important part here where
crank up.
Yeah, next week, right? We've got the turn of April, and then we've got the spring games coming up. If you saw these official visits, these guys are going to start popping here over the next month or two with visits and more than likely commitments too. So something to definitely keep an eye on. We'll roll into spring game. I wouldn't be surprised. We had one last year. Xavier Filsme, he committed during the spring game. He ultimately flipped, but that's a day that I would look for a big commit just because there's a lot of excitement. It's always fun. It's always really well done. To keep your eyes and ears on that one. So also too, like last year, I know Florida Victorious, they do a great event where you can go onto the field and get autographs for the players and coaches and Napier. They sit out there for like a good 2 hours. So it's definitely something worth looking into if you guys want to get some some things signed.
Yeah, 2 hours is a long time, man. Shout out to the guys in Florida Victorious, man, for getting that done and showing the fans appreciation. You know, that's a big deal.
No, absolutely.
We used
It's
to do something like that back in the day. We're just signing day where we just go to like the old dome and they have us sit down. They provide little posters and stuff. We sign that for people, but this is more elite. They turned that up a little bit more. I like that. And
yeah,
then
no,
getting that experience of coming down to the field,
yeah.
that feeling is just totally different because a lot of people have never been on the field ever. So to have that experience and the players are right there, you get to take your pictures and get stuff signed is very, very dope. You got to sign up for Florida Victorious. To do it, make sure you use code Hot Top, right?
Yeah, I don't know if the code is working right now. I think they might be
Okay.
dismantling the code,
Well,
but either way, go check it
put it
out.
in, try it
Yeah,
out.
try it out.
You
Yeah,
see
see
if
if it's
it
still.
work.
Yeah. Real quick, Thompson Fish and Adventures. Hey, Shelton, how much are the small pullovers? I want one for my son.
Pullover sweaters. The sweater. Pullover sweater.
From, I don't know what he's referring to. I thought it said overalls when I first read it. I don't know. I don't
No,
have
your hot top sweaters. Yeah,
like
this
a
is a
hoodie.
pullover. You pull it over. Yeah, you pull it over your head. It's not a zipper on it. So it's called a pullover.
A hoodie or a sweater?
It's a hoodie.
Okay. Unfortunately, right now our site is the shop part is under construction. Okay, it's like Doak Stadium. It's under. So I don't have anything right now at the moment. Unfortunately, that's why we're gonna have
a Swamp West.
Yeah, exactly. Gum Stadium.
Yeah, Gum Stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get one. Especially
Swamp
for
West,
when
that
we're looking
Gum
for your
Field.
son. Honestly, Adventure, just shoot me an email and I'll just send you one, man. For your kid. I'll figure it out. We can figure something out. Just shoot me email hightopsports2@gmail.com or message Cody or I on X and we'll figure it out. Just because I don't have it right now, but I'm all for getting a little guy a hoodie. I'm down for that. So
I'm finna set up the press machine. I got y'all.
rock and roll.
Oh, you pumping them out, a little sweatshop.
Boys and girls, you know the drill. Foco also is sponsoring the show today as well. Link is down in the description. We have been hammering them all the last couple of weeks here. Been powering through the March Madness with them, selling the crap out of some overalls. They got a ton of stuff there. Cody ordered a purse the other day. Use code HIGHTOP15 to get 15%, not for himself, for his wife. HIGHTOP15 for 15% off. You can't get it on discounted rates or anything that's pre-ordered, but they got great bobbleheads like y'all see me been repping the Gator. Look, I'm hoping we added an extra little bobblehead here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs a twin. And that one's old, right? That one's kind of like it's mimicking the classic one. I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do kind of with a fresher mentality to it. So check them out. Links in the description. Again, much love to them. There's a lot of great stuff there for just Florida gear in general and all teams, NFL, hockey, etc. You can get after it, and baseball as well too. So a lot of the wife, we were looking at some Braves overalls. I'm like, overall closet here in a minute.
You're right. One for every team.
Yeah, but look, tomorrow I'm going to be at the Florida FSU game in Jacksonville. So if you're there, come say hey. Come. I'm trying to do a little. Last time we were there like 3 years ago, which was we were just getting started. We did like a little trivia. I'm thinking about doing something similar tomorrow. Got the mic all set up, so that should be fun tomorrow. So come find me.
What sport is that?
That's baseball. It's okay, where they've got home. That's what we were just watching with Napier.
No, I didn't know who was playing. I thought it could have, I didn't know.
I
know it wasn't basketball, but yeah. So baseball.
No. Baseball, yeah. So I'll be there tomorrow. And then Wednesday, of course, best day of the week. Y'all know how that works. Then Thursday will be basketball. So we'll be live streaming that. Friday, I'll probably have to go introduce myself to my family again so they don't forget who I am. And then Saturday, we'll be live again because, we're going to be going to the Elite Eight. So we'll see you for the Elite Eight on Saturday for the live stream. We'll call Texas Tech. We'll say one versus 3 Texas Tech matchup. So we'll be rocking and rolling for that. So again, a great slate here. I hope we're blessed and spoiled for this to carry into April 7th. It's been a very long time since I've had a stressful March. And it's been as stressful as it is. I listen, on Sunday? I was in shambles. I was like, I'm not ready for this to be over. As exhausting as it's been.
We hyped it up too much. We juiced up too much for it to be over. We got to get to the big dance, baby. Got to get to the big dance. And
I
then
just
when we there, we got to close it out.
yeah, I think to what would be I probably would cry, like, genuinely to have this show. I know we've won a golf championship, but come on, like, let's be real. To win a basketball championship or football
At this
championship while
moment.
having this show, like, that's just you can't ask. It's
Yeah,
just icing on the cake, man. It's like one of those things
yeah.
where timing, like, it goes back again when the Braves won the World Series. I remember looking over to my wife because the fact that we were able to go financially and do all these things, I go, everything happens for a reason. Like the timing of this was as perfect as it could get. And
No,
it
for sure.
feels like it's one of those times again where it's like we get to experience this in a way that it's cool. It's way cooler than you could have ever expected. So
Yeah,
if
older, wiser, got a lot more going for yourself. You can really embrace the moment, celebrate it fully. It's
it's
definitely a
cool.
great time for it to happen.
You feel more connected with the fan base. Like you're truly like it's I think we're as spoiled as a fan base. So to be able to experience, if I knew 5 years ago, like, hey, it's gonna be a rough couple of years, but then it's gonna like I'd have traded for nothing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's why I say like, look, just be patient because when it does finally happen, it's just so sweet. Now we haven't done anything yet, but it just
yeah,
you
yeah.
taste it.
Trying not to get
It's
too
like a
high,
little
huh?
ice cream, you know?
Because that ripple effect, it will be so massive, man. Them boys pull it off. You know what next season gonna be like for us with the hype just
Oh,
going
the
into
football
it.
boys, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's just it'll be so then run it back again with basketball, thinking about two-peating, you know what I mean? The nostalgia of the six guys doing it in basketball, just it'll be 3 great years of
it,
bliss,
it's
Gator
gonna be
bliss.
nut. It could be something special. It
You
could be
mess around
like
to get one of baseball,
yeah,
you
one of
never
those
know,
things where
man.
right place, right time, and it could be really cool. So look, you gotta get through Thursday first. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but
Yeah.
you get a little foreshadowing a bit. Call me on fashion. I was at his son's birthday party, and he said he was touch and go for a minute. It was look, I was getting like that sick, like numb feeling, like flush in the face, like
Oh,
it just
man.
it was. I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
Like the 6 minute
Not like
markers
this.
when I got nervous because I'm like it's getting too close. Where now Connecticut was starting to taste blood, right? Like the
Yeah,
depth, all that was out the window. Like they felt like,
yeah.
okay, we've done
We
as
can
much as we
do this.
could. Yeah, like now, like everything, none of that mattered. It was like who can play better ball for the next 6 minutes, and I still felt like we have the better team. I was like, I'm nervous of the experience. I'm nervous of the coaching
Yeah,
here. Like that's where we're gonna get
yeah.
beat. Shout out to Golden for figuring some stuff out. I think they did a great job of trapping Walter and a few things. So I think what it's
And
great is they threw a lot at them that
mhm.
that other schools may not be able to throw at them. So I feel like they really got thrown a challenge from a scheme
Early.
perspective. Yeah. Talent wise, maybe they're more talented teams, but schematically, I feel like they were truly challenged at a chess level. You know what I mean? Which was
Yeah.
great.
And we spoke about that though, just the different teams they faced and having to be prepared for these different type of challenges. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Teams are going to throw different things at you, and anybody else without the depth and the talent that we have will probably got knocked out with what they were doing. But we were able to bounce. You know what I mean? And that's why I love this team. And you're gonna have games like that. It's gonna be we may have one or two more that is going to be challenging
Oh yeah.
from that aspect. But there's
No doubt.
areas where we dominate, but then teams know how to try to get the ball out your hand, and your guys have to be on because if you have a off night, that can be challenging. That's why the depth comes in. Like you off, all right, we got to try here, we got to try here, we got to try here. But I like our chances for sure.
No, I mean, look, we got the keys, we got the pieces. I
Heart rate
liked
156.
yeah, Rook, $5 as my heart was rate. I didn't think to check mine, but yeah, look, they were challenged in a really good, healthy way that I think was I wanted to see it. I didn't know if I wanted to see it then, but I'm glad we got a taste of it. And I'm glad we showed resilience. And even though if GM says this team has resiliency that I haven't seen in years, and like that was what we hadn't really had it to see it yet. Even in the SEC tournament, we never really saw it because they just dominated. So that was I didn't want to say it out loud, but a concern of mine going in is like we hadn't been down. Our back hadn't been against the wall in a
Hmm.
crunch game. Like sure, we were down against Kentucky early, but none of those games really mattered. Like
But
they
this is
really
one and done. You lose
yeah.
this, you out of here. Like that.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
the whole season's on the line, like how do you answer the buck? And they answered it, man. I was watching on my phone and I had to turn off the notifications because people were texting. I can't do this. You gotta leave me alone.
It's too much, yeah.
Yeah, people were like, you quit texting me. I was like, yeah, I couldn't stop. I didn't want to know what was happening. You were ahead of me. Mine was lagged. I don't know. Leave me alone. Rick has a great clip. He was recording his son's birthday, as he should, and you know, being a great father, as I didn't care about anybody else at the party, and he got me going nuts. So I'm waiting for the clip. It's
Oh, for real?
been a while.
I
Rick.
gotta check that. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole video.
Well, I don't have that clip yet, but the
live stream.
Yeah, it's 8 hours, Harris. I don't know if you got that much time.
Oh no, yeah, no. Sorry, I'll give you a like though.
Thank you. Mitchell says, "Yo, Shelly, send me a hat for free advertisement." Yeah, all over it. Well, look, we're gonna have the hats and these shirts again at the spring game. We'll be kind of pumping these out, and you guys know, I'm pumped. Really excited about this lineup here. It's gonna be a limited edition for the spring game that we'll be having at our tailgate. That Reggie Nelson will be there. At Tim Tebow. A couple of the greats. Percy Harvin's gonna be there. Right, Steve Harris, you got them all
for sure.
You're bringing some by, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, we'll pull up. I think Joe, Reggie Nelson is thinking about coming. He probably gonna come. We're gonna force him out of the house this time.
Okay, thank you.
Marcus, think Ray McDonald's gonna come down.
Lewis,
Ray McDonald.
I know.
Yeah, Lewis will be there. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Lewis is a fan favorite now.
Is he coming?
Yeah, no,
is he coming for real?
Yeah, no, he's coming. Yeah, no, he's coming.
You might have just lost your seat.
I stand up. It's all right.
Everyone's been geeking out, man. I feel like they're someone asked about meeting you last time. Or they go, "How is it with Stephen Harris?" I was like, when Stephen Harris walks in, it gets darker. It's like an eclipse. Like, a shadow comes in. I was like, but he's like a big teddy bear. Like, I geek out every time I see him. Like I'm used to just looking at my screen, but when I see him in person, I was like, he's a tower, bro. it's unreal.
Yeah, like we our height right now.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, what's up? What you doing down there? What you doing?
Right.
But yeah, now we're in person. Legit, I'm like jumping on him. I'm trying to climb him.
Yeah, legit 6'5", 325. It's really more 335, but let's say 325.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Harris.
Gotta do better.
Great show, boys and girls. Check the links down in the description. Shout out Rocket Money. Shout out Foco. We love them. Baby. Go Gators. Great week in store. Smash the like button. Turn the bell on. Do your thing. Shout out to Lewis Murphy once again.
We got practice tomorrow.
We do.
Spring practice tomorrow. Yeah. So looking forward to a lot of footage coming out. I think this week will be a great week. I think they got like a semi-scrimmage Saturday, maybe. Like the first little...
man, we are really cranking up, boys. I'm telling you, we're spoiled. Yeah. Appreciate it while we're here, boys. Appreciate it while we're here. Smash the like button. Do your thing. We love you. Till next time.
Go Gators, baby.
Peace and love, baby.